A recorded complaint intake interview. I'm an expert witness. My name is Mr. Kamal. Okay, sir, can you please state your name and the name of the police department you're reporting?
Okay, there was 5 different police agencies involved, but the lead guy was the man from the state police, New York State Troopers.
Okay, and do you know his name?
Yes, I do. I have it written down right here. Just give me one moment. Yeah, the lead guy is Keith, K-I-E-T-H-M, and then Lucas, L-U-C-A-S.
Keith Lucas.
New York State Trooper.
Okay, and you're reporting on behalf of a family member?
Right, correct. That's my brother, Walter Gardner.
Okay, tell me what happened to your brother and why you felt the need to report a complaint.
Well, he was drinking and driving, and so that's the initial stop. He decided not to stop, and it went on for about 45 minutes. It was a low-speed chase. 5 different police units, 5 different agencies were involved, and in the end, they slammed his tires. They stopped his car. Some of the reporting, according to him, is false. There were 5 cruisers that were damaged in the incident. That's because they were trying to pit his van. He had a large van, and one officer was treated and released with minor injuries, and they're trying, according to him, they're stating that he rammed into him, but after he had flat tires and such. Anyhow, it's when they proceeded to finally, when he came out of the van, he stopped, he got out of the van, and they tased him 6 times. They beat him really, really bad. They took him to the local hospital, and then they took him to the larger hospital in Buffalo, where he had bleeding inside his brain. He was in ICU for 2 days. He had a broken nose. His eyes were swallowed shut. His vehicle is not hardly damaged at all. His injuries are completely inconsistent with his injuries are inconsistent with any kind of vehicle accident. I mean, it's real obvious that he was assaulted. And so those are the reasons that, and I spoke to him in person. I went out to the jail and visited him, spoke to him.
When did you see him? When did you last see him?
I seen him approximately 10 days ago, about 2 or 3 days after he arrived at the county jail. He went to the hospital. My father went up to the hospital, seen him one time. He was under police guard. They had 2 police outside the hospital room. Father went up there, and all my brother could say, really, he could barely speak, and he told my father that they beat him up really bad. They were kicking him and the like, and my father seen the same thing. And the police, my father had a cell phone. He took 4 pictures. A security guard came, or no, actually a nurse came to him and told him that he had to erase the pictures. And my father said, well, what if I don't want to erase the pictures? And he said, well, then you're going to be escorted out of here right away. My father erased 2 of them, managed to he still has 2 of those pictures. And then after that, we were allowed no further contact with him. The hospital was pretty negligent in informing us of what was going on with him. We had to make repetitive phone calls just to get very vague and minimal, reports on what was going on with him at all. We were not allowed to see him, or even really know about his medical condition. And so I guess that's really what we got going on here. And we don't have a lot of money or anything like that. He's going to go through a public defender, and I just know that there's a time frame, really, from what I've gathered so far, that complaint needs to be filed. That way, he can pursue this, when he needs to.
Okay, a couple more questions. The injuries that you cited: broken nose, bruises to the face, brain bleeding in the brain. Is there anything else in terms of injuries that you're aware of that you want to report right now or make me aware of?
No, that's all that I'm aware of at this time.
Okay, and he says that those injuries were sustained as part of a police beating. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
He said they really went to town on him.
Okay, as far as you know, and I will have at some point need to speak with him directly, did he say that he offered any resistance whatsoever, other than the initial low-speed chase?
Right, he said he resisted not at all. He said he made no resistance. He got out of the vehicle and he complied. He said he laid on the ground. Now, according to the newspaper article that was published, I spoke with the reporter who wrote the article too, and he said that, you know, they used words in the reports that was kind of inconsistent. He was kind of willing to go as far as write a report about the police brutality, but he said until a claim is actually filed, that his superiors, he said, spoke to them and, you know, denied him to be able to do that right now. But the initial report that was in the public newspaper was that he refused to take his hands out of his pockets.
Okay. Do you know if there's any video footage of the traffic stop or the chase?
I am not aware, but again, there was 5 different police agencies, multiple police cars, so you know, they have those dash cams, and you know, certainly somebody at this day and age was recording this chase.
Okay, and this is Niagara Falls County, or you said the state police, and you said what other agencies were involved? You can give me all of them?
Yes, it was the Niagara County Sheriff's Department, the New York State Parks Police, the Town of Niagara Police, and the Niagara Falls City Police.
Okay.
New York State Troopers.
Okay. Would he be able to identify the officers who abused him if we were able to get photographs or other mechanisms to present some sort of a lineup? Do you think he'd be able to identify the parties who beat him up?
I'm going to go visit him Tuesday in person. I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm sure we can help you. Let me, I'm going to stop the recording now. Is there anything else you want to tell me about the beating that I didn't ask you, or any other elements you want to fill in?
Not that I can think of.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me just say this before I stop the recorder. I can give you an expert opinion based on what you've told me. Now, I'm a retired detective. I've been in several pursuits. I've had people actually kill themselves and, you know, at the end of a pursuit, so it's kind of unpredictable. And blood is pumping, and officers have their adrenaline running really high. So the public and the court system will give the police a pretty wide leeway in a situation where someone was fleeing. However, let me make it very clear to you. If your brother submitted himself to the authorities at any point, whichever that point was, whether it was, you know, after 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or even an hour, at the point that he offers no further resistance and is in compliance and is giving up, the police, regardless of how pumped up they are, do not have the right to physically assault him. They, of course, have the right to restrain him, handcuff him, and take him into custody. But that does not include, you know, extra taser shots, blows to the head, kicking with the feet, and anything else that may have happened at the conclusion of this pursuit. So we will help you get this investigated. Okay?
Great, appreciate it.